They don't want you to lean like this on the register. Even if it's super, super slow, they're gonna tell you to stand up straight because they don't want you slouching. And again, they will check the cameras to see what you're doing. Hi everybody, welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to be talking about my experience working at Barnes and Nobles. I was a bookseller there a couple of years ago in Manhattan in New York City, and I want to talk about it. So in terms of retail jobs, it's not bad. Like, it's really not bad. I was working in a very wealthy part of Manhattan, so you get a lot of like snobby people, but they were never really direct with their rudeness, so it's fine. This was pre-shutdown, pre-pandemic, all that stuff, so things might change at any point. But when I was there, basically it was a solo interview. Unlike the Build-A-Bear one, that was a group interview. It was solo. It was with one of the managers. He was very nice. He just asked me a bunch of questions like, how do you feel about books? How do you feel about people? It was my first cash register job though, so I will say I had a hard time with cash. Math is not my strong suit, and even though the register tells you what to give, sometimes I made a mistake and I was short $5 or over or whatever, but we'll get to that. So basically the interviews process was super simple. It's very basic questions. There's no acting out like I did with Build-A-Bear when you had to do a little skit. There was none of that. The next time I came, it was with a big group of other employees. We all filled out a bunch of paperwork and that was it. We were sent home. And then the next day that I went, I was training by myself. They put you at a register and then they give you these instructions printed, and they give you some items to scan, and then you just do all these little routines yourself, but you're not dealing with another person, so you're just kind of pretending on your own. I think that was like for an hour or two, and then I got sent home. And then the next day, oh no, did I get sent home? Yeah, I think the first time I got sent home, and then the next day that I worked, I was on my own, and then you're just starting it like that, which is a little scary. It's a little bit different when you're doing it by yourself versus when you're doing it with someone else. Obviously, if you're coming into this job with prior cashier experience, then none of this applies. You're gonna be fine because it's very straightforward. So like I said, things are constantly changing. When I was working at Barnes and Nobles, they wanted you to pitch the membership. So the membership is, as far as I remember, it was $25 a year. You get 10% off food, like the Starbucks cafes are in Barnes and Nobles. Then you get free shipping on their website. It used to be free express shipping, like it was like 2 days, and now it's a little bit more than that, which I guess is to be expected. Don't expect the same shipping as Amazon. You also get like coupons sent to your house and like a birthday offer or something, even though I'm pretty sure that birthday offer was not there when I first worked there. But basically, you're gonna pitch that to every single person. Basically, they want you to pitch that to every single person. So when someone's buying a product, you're like, oh, are you a member? If they are, you get their phone number, their email, or you scan their little membership card. If they say no, they're not a member, you ask them if they want to join every single time, because you're judged on that. Like, you're ranked on how many memberships you have sold, and it's not easy, because I don't think it's the most amazing deal. If you're someone that frequents Barnes and Nobles, it's easier to kind of say, all right, I'll do $25, I'll pay off in itself, sort of, not really. But when it comes to someone who's just there on a whim or a tourist or something, it's hard to like sell a membership in that way. But they'll give you at the beginning of your shift, sometimes they will write on a piece of paper like the number of memberships they would like you to hit. It's just a suggested rate. It's just supposed to motivate you. But yes, they do rank you. There is going to be a list at some point, because I worked during the holiday season, so there was like incentives to selling more memberships, not in terms of like your pay, but just like, oh, a free gift card, a free item, something like that was given or offered from selling a lot of memberships. There's also a book drive that's always going on, where you ask a guest if they want to purchase a book to donate. So there'll be a little stack of books next to you. Would you like to purchase a book and donate it to whatever the cause is? Again, hard to do, especially because you're already asking them for a membership. And I think right before I left, they were also asking us to pitch the Barnes and Noble MasterCard, a credit card. So you're pitching 3 different things. I would pick and choose depending on what vibe I was feeling from the guests. I would sell memberships occasionally. It wasn't a lot, but it wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be. It's just annoying because I don't think it's the greatest deal. And you used to be able to get 10% off of everything online as well, because I was a member before working there. I'll get to the benefits in a second. They changed it very recently, I think, because I thought I was going crazy because I was shopping on Barnes & Noble's website as a member, and now you don't get 10% off of what you buy there. You're just getting the free express shipping. The 10% off of everything is only in stores now, and it was not like that before. So I had to check back my old receipts, and I was like, oh, maybe it was never offered online, but it was, because I saw my receipts and they definitely were. So when you work at Barnes & Noble, you do get 50% off of all cafe items, which honestly was the best part. Going to Starbucks, they don't call it Starbucks, they call it the cafe, but going there and getting like frappuccinos and like macchiatos was awesome, because they ended up really cheap, especially with the food that Barnes and Noble sells. I mean, not Barnes and Noble, Starbucks sells. It's it can be a little expensive, like a little overpriced. So I was able to have my lunch there sometimes. There was a Chipotle across the street, but I was getting tired of Chipotle, even though I'm obsessed with Chipotle. So I would eat the cafe items quite often because I didn't want to go too far. And yeah, it was great. It was very tasty. 30% off is great. You also get 30% off all items, and then there's a certain week or a couple weeks throughout the year where you get 40% off of everything. There are some like restrictions to that. I forgot already, but it wasn't bad. Like 30% off of books and stuff, I guess I could find them cheaper in my opinion, or I'd rather just support a local bookstore, which is what you're really supposed to do, because you know, Barnes and Noble's was not the best thing for bookstores. Even though Barnes and Noble is struggling now, it wasn't the best thing for other local bookstores back in the day as well. It really definitely had an impact on local bookstores, at least here in the city. But yeah, overall, it wasn't a bad experience. We did have a couple of snotty guests. We had someone who wanted a corporate discount, and there's a specific process to that. So my manager had to call the corporate person that was allowing this lady to have, because they were friends, she was extending that discount to her, and she was really annoyed that my manager had to even check. So that was annoying. She was super snotty. She was buying ugly ass candles anyway, like they were not great, and she was really rude. And then other times just people being like, oh, can I get change for this, blah blah blah, after I already closed the register. And then it was fine. It was a fine job. I just wish I had more experience with the cash register prior to doing it, but you have to start somewhere, and it definitely got better. And then in my next job, I definitely learned a whole lot more about being on the register. It's fine, like I said. They also want you to keep your cell phones in your locker so you can get written up for that. They do check on camera what you're doing. So obviously you don't want to steal anything. You don't want to not purposely give someone their item that they've paid for, because they will check the cameras. If someone comes saying like, oh hey, I bought something and it's not in my bag, they will go and check the cameras to see what happened. So, you know, obviously you want to make sure you're on your best behavior, because they will be watching. They don't want you to lean like this on the register. Even if it's super slow, they're going to tell you to stand up straight, because they don't want you slouching. And again, they will check the cameras to see what you're doing. So even if there's no manager on the floor or cash rep, what were they called? I forgot the name for like the head cashier people. Like there was like head people who would like do the counting of the register before and after. Someone's always watching. My least favorite part was when all the cash rep people would leave, like the managers and stuff would go on lunch, and in order to get a manager, you have to go on the phone, and it's like the speaker phone, and you'd have to be like, oh, can the manager on duty please come to cash wrap? I hated doing that, because anytime someone would pay with a $50 bill, they have to check it before you use it, which again is not a problem, but when you're such a big store and you have so many people and managers are on lunch and stuff, it's annoying to have to call someone to come all the way down when we're a multi-level Barnes and Noble to check a $50 bill. That's fine, because we already have like the other methods of checking anyway. I know it's for added security, but sometimes it's annoying. And yeah, I think that's pretty much all I have to say about Barnes and Nobles. It's not bad. There were other positions where people would like just stock up shelves and stuff. I totally wish I was doing that. That seems like the perfect job, but I don't know how those people got to do that, and we had to do cash rep. I don't know. Actually, funny story, they wanted to move me at some point to, I guess they confused me with someone else. I don't know what happened, but they moved me up to the cafe to learn how to do drinks and stuff. And I was thinking to myself, I'm already messing up so much on cash wrap, like with the register, and you're gonna put me in the food industry. I'm gonna mess up all these drinks. Like, it was the worst. And then the lady's like, oh, you're not wearing the proper shoes, you're not wearing a hairnet, like, blah, blah. And I was like, listen, I was just downstairs. They just grabbed me to put me up here. I didn't know I was gonna be here. It was the most annoying thing, and I was gonna quit that day. And he changed me back to downstairs. So I don't know what that was, but I'm just not good with food orders, food drinks. I don't want to mess that up, because I know people are very particular about their drinks, especially at Starbucks. So yeah, and the sandwiches too, like the way they would do their sandwiches in the back. Anyway, if you made it to the end of this video, thank you so much for watching. I will see you soon with another video. Bye.